Greetings once again. It is February 26th, Wednesday. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video. My apologies for that, but I was out of town on business. And I have 3 kids, and so it seems like one of them is always sick. Anyway, enough about me. Please don't forget that 2 posts are required to get full credit for your forum discussions. One on Midnight Wednesday, and the second one when you reply to another student's post on Midnight Sundays. This week we're doing Chapter 6. The reading quiz is open from Monday to Friday at midnight. And of course there's the Unit 3 exam from Friday morning to midnight Friday. One of the main reasons I wanted to do another video is to remind you that the second graded written assignment will be due on Sunday by midnight, Sunday, March 2nd. Now the good news is the first graded written assignment, first essay basically, was the toughest one of the semester. One of the main things that I noticed was that there wasn't a lot of citation in the body of your paper. Anytime you make an academic claim or something that just isn't common knowledge, you really need to cite it and let the reader know where you got that information. The other thing is, some of you had up to 50% of your paper, and I mean not very many of you, but up to 50% of your paper was citations and quotes and that kind of stuff. You want to have, generally speaking, about 75% of your paper is your thoughts, your ideas, and then 25% comes in and supports and reinforces the things that you're saying in your paper. So the 2 main things that kind of stood out was definitely cite more in your paper, and then 2, make sure that oddly enough, you're not quoting so much that your paper is just a whole bunch of series of quotes. So I was seeing on opposite ends of the spectrum, either overquoting or underciting. Now, the second paper is going to be, at least in my opinion, a little less taxing, and that's basically an opinion piece. Now, of course, you need works cited and you need to cite your sources to reinforce your argument. But the prompt is, should there be term limits on the House and Senate? Now, the 2 main thrusts of your argument here, on one side, if you're going to say, yes, there should be term limits, you need to go ahead and explain why the people of a district or the people of a state should be told that they can't vote for a candidate that they support. So if you're going to say that this particular candidate is limited to 4 terms in office, and the people of that particular district want them for a 5th term, you need to outline the argument. Why is it that those people can't have the person that they're choosing to elect? And there are several different directions that you can take that argument. On the other side, if you're going to say no term limits, you can always make the argument, for example, that everybody's on a term limit and it's called an election. If you don't win the election, there's your term limit. However, you know as well as I do that money corrupts, power corrupts, and the longer a person is in office, the longer they have to be exposed to that corrupting force. And so if you're going to say no term limits, then how do you keep that corrupting force in check? So this paper is going to be fairly short, 300 to 600 words. You need to cite your references, at least 2 citations, or at least 2 works cited sources. I'm not saying just 2 citations in the body of your paper, but 2 sources, MLA, APA, or Chicago Turabian. Please be consistent. I don't care which one of those you choose. Just be consistent throughout the paper. If you've never cited in a paper before, please Google these and choose one and just kind of run with it. Again, because of the last paper, don't forget, I'm going to emphasize and stress this, don't forget to cite your sources, please. especially if you make a remark that contains information that isn't commonly known. Or if you make a claim that the Republicans are always blah, blah, blah. If you're going to make universal claims and use the word always, you need to back it up with some sort of data. And just a final note on the paper, please make sure that you address like really the basic information. For example, if you're going to make a claim that we need to have term limits on the House of Representatives, and then you type in that each 3-year term or each 4-year term for a representative, blah, 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 you're getting some basic facts wrong, and that really stands out in a short paper like this. Okay, so I guess that is it for this week. We have the normal discussion forums due Wednesday, or posts due Wednesday and Sunday. We've got a reading quiz for Chapter 6 due by midnight Friday. The Unit 3 exam is open from Monday to midnight Sunday, and then, of course, your second graded written assignment is due by midnight Sunday. And since it's 300 to 600 words, it's not a huge writing assignment, but please make sure that you cite your sources. And then one last suggestion, since your writing assignment is fairly short, fairly condensed this time around, try to get to your point quickly, get to your thesis quickly, and support it for the remainder of your paper. That tends to work out best in a format like this. So come out and as quickly as you possibly can, obviously without destroying your paper, as quickly as you can, come out and say whether you're for or against term limits, and then spend the rest of your paper supporting that thesis. As always, send me an email if you have any questions, and I will be shooting out another video next week. Thank you.